Hi there everyone, welcome to another Pokemon Moon Wi-Fi battle. This is a battle I had a little while back on a stream, and it was very interesting. I got to test out a new Mon I'd been theory crafting, and works pretty well. I think this is an OU team. I think Mamoswine is OU, maybe, but if not, oh well. My opponent there, he had a bit of a theme going on that I didn't pick up on until near the end of the battle. See if you guys can pick it up. I'll probably mention it halfway through though. Here we go. Pokemon Trainer Mouse. So I lead off with Shuckle. Of course my premier hazard setter, Stealth Rocks and Sticky Web. And he leads off with Azelf. So I'm like, Azelf tend to go for Stealth Rock themselves, so I'll encore it. But unfortunately, he goes for the Taunt, which would have been fine considering I had the Mental Herb, but now that I've encored him into Taunt, we're at a bit of a stalemate. So here I'm like, there's no point in staying in if he's just going to taunt me again, so I'll switch out. But for some reason he switches out too. Goes out into his Minior. It shields down. I switch into Delmise. Which, this is a good matchup for me. My super effective steel move will lock it in and probably kill it if it doesn't. And will kill it. But he switches into his little puppy there. And considering the blue fins aren't coming out of its back, and the fact steel is not super effective, I'm going to assume that's water. So I'll go straight for the Power Whip, on the off chance he didn't have Parting Shot. But of course he did have Parting Shot, and he's going to switch out. Goes into the Landorus, so my attack gets lowered even more, -2. But Power Whip is a strong move, and it hits. And it does a surprising amount of damage for -2. So I'm guessing that Landorus is a very frail one, probably Choice Scarf or something. So I switch out into Shuckle here. This would be a good opportunity to get my hazards up. But damn fortunately goes for the U-turn, allowing him to bring his Azelf back in. So we're back at a stalemate here. I'll stay in just in case he decides to go for something other than Taunt, but that is not the case. So, a little annoyed, I'll switch back out into, is it Delmise? No, Tsukiyomi, who should be able to handle anything it wants to take. But we do actually see the Stealth Rocks come out. No surprises. So, what do I do here? Did I go for the foul play? Or wish? Switches into the Minior. And I go for the Toxic, which turns out doesn't affect Miniors with their shields up, or shields down, however you want to put it. But he goes for the Shell Smash here, something I was predicting a bit. So I go for the foul play. And we see that is the White Herb variant, not the Focus Sash. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to one-shot it, but it does have reasonable defense. And its reasonable defense does allow it to survive. So I'm in a bit of trouble. Its attack is now boosted, but we see the explosion. Non-stab explosion, but a +2 attack. It is almost enough to take out Tsukiyomi there. Does about, what's that? 4/5? Well, actually, I'm terrible at maths. Just under 1/4 of HP that did. 3/4, that is. And in comes Landorus again. Not much I can do here, so I believe I went for the Toxic. But out comes the U-turn, and at this HP range that is enough to finish me off. Poor Umbreon, but was able to put in work in taking out the Minior. And here we see the Gallade, and in the back of my mind it's clocking on what his theme might be. But we actually see it's a Moody Gallade. I mentioned to the guy, hey, OU Smogon, is banned Moody. That's very naughty of you, and he's like, oh yeah, terribly sorry about that, forgot. So, we continue with the battle anyway. As he Mega Evolves. Switching into my Shuckle here, my most defensive Pokemon, besides Umbreon. But yes, the explosion, the stab, refrigerate boosted explosion, is easily enough to finish off Shuckle. Poor Shuckle. And no hazards this round for me. My opponent countered them very well. But in comes the Azelf. Delmise can handle Azelf pretty well if it doesn't have any fire moves. And we see it actually has Fire Punch. Does well over half, quite annoying. But I go for the Rapid Spin to get rid of those pesky rocks. Which, in retrospect, I probably didn't need to do, considering what Pokemon I had left. But here I switch out. If he's going to go for Fire Punch again, this will be a good opportunity for Kabutops to come in and show off his new ability. The Weak Armor. Lowers your defense but raises your speed by 2. In Generation 6 it would only raise your speed by 1. But now that it's raising by 2, that's a pretty potent threat. My opponent switches out, perhaps expecting the water move, but now I go for the Sword Dance instead. +2 speed and +2 attack. Kabutops is something to fear. Now against this water Silvally, I figure going for my Z move would probably be best. My water attacks won't do much, and I don't really want to risk Stone Edge missing, so Continental Crush it is. Planetary Devastation. Lands and one-hit KOs the Silvally. Yeah, +2 and +2 attack, +2 speed. It's like a Dragon Dancer on steroids. In comes the probably Choice Scarf Landorus, but screw your Choice Scarf, we have priority. And a +1 Aqua Jet easily takes that out. Now in comes the Golem. I figure, there's a chance that thing could have Sturdy, so I'll switch out here. Since he's probably going to go for an electric attack anyway, let's switch into Mamoswine. But we see it does have the ability Galvanize, turning its normal moves into electric. And I know his last Pokemon is a Levitator, so I'm not going for Earthquake here. I go straight for that knockoff, which one-hit KOs the Azelf to my surprise. Knocking off the normal gem. And yes, it's about here I realize that his team is actually an Explosion team. Every Pokemon on his team has the move Explosion. So I don't have to worry about the Sturdy here. And Golem goes down, 4 times super effective Earthquake. And that was a very fun battle. I was very happy to showcase Kabutops there with his brilliant Z move and his brilliant ability. Of course, he always had that ability, but hidden ability, but it simply wasn't that good until 7th gen. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.